Why, hello everyone, and welcome back. Are you ready to find out the meaning of Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure that's not what Kay meant, but you know what? I don't care, that's what we're gonna say anyway, because why not? You don't really think that Ambassador Polano is lying, do you?
No, there is no reason for him to lie, and I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Kay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me.
You got it. I'll add that in the ashes from the burnt files, and why didn't you do that initially? Sounds like we've pretty much figured everything out now, huh?
Well, there was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us.
Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, alright? Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know.
There is really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do.
Is that true? Why was that the case?
I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. But this is new. This is new now. So why is it okay? The ashes Ambassador Polano left here have disappeared. If we follow where this piece of information leads, we should begin to see the truth.
It's time to use your secret weapon, right? Yeah, go on, sir. Use your special skill. Oh, logic. Hey, idiot. Use logic.
I'll ignore your strange phrasing for now and focus on the information we have instead. Just a little further, I can sense the truth lying on just the other side of this.
Or do you mean just... No, okay. Not using that. I mean, I'm sure they meant logic, but just, just had to be sure, of course. So before we go on about that now, let's go ahead and talk. Was there anything to present? I don't remember. No, there was not anything to present. In which case, that's great. And Gumshoe, do you have anything to add?
No, you have nothing to add.
And Polano, do you have anything to add? No, nothing to add.
Alrighty then, let's see. It's time for some logic. So we got some renovations, we got some missing ashes, we got the revolving fireplace to use.
Huh. I wonder. The ashes that should still be in the fireplace are missing. Where did they go? I wonder. Perhaps that and perhaps that? That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe it's correct.
Maybe it isn't. But the fact that it is correct is a good thing, of course.
The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple.
It's not because someone cleaned them up, right?
No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Polano said that he spilled some Babbly's ink while he was burning the files. And yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. But no, it had to be the wrong freaking logic for some reason. Well, then I don't know what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room. Which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used.
Revolving fireplace wall data jotted down in my organizer. Type information discovered at the Babbly's Embassy Secretariat's office. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from the room through there?
Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Coachen's killer. And after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace.
Man, they really they committed a murder and escaped the fireplace very quickly. Good lord. Escaped through the revolving fireplace. Wait, escaped through the fireplace. Okay. Anyway, the person in the care was searching the fireplace to escape into the next room next door. Wow, I'm just flubbing over everything right now. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route.
I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down.
So, is it more logic time, I'm assuming? I kind of wonder. Gumshoe, anything to add? No, nothing. Polano, anything to add? Nope, nothing. Kay, anything to add? Yes? No, it's nothing to add. Is it time to do the wall? I'm guessing it's a no. Yep, that's a no. Absolutely a no, indeed. Alright, logic again. Okay. So let's see. Renovations. The Babbly's Embassy is undergoing renovations from the top to bottom. She was in the room next to Mr. Coachen's office up until she tried to arrest Kay. Oh, okay. Okay. The person Kay was chasing used the fireplace to get the reason I killed. Could it be? Could it be? Oh!
If the killer used the fireplace into this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room.
Indeed. Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir.
Yes, Detective Agent Shih-na.
The detective agent... Whatever, I don't freaking know. Investigation complete! That's a full bar! We've recovered! Ooh! It's looking more and more like Miss Shih-na's the killer, isn't it?
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you.
Didn't I say that I kind of suspected Shih-na at the start? I mean, I don't remember if I did or not. But regardless, I don't know. Shih-na, you were awfully suspicious being one of the first ones in that room. And now you're really suspicious because of things.
Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Coachen. I don't have any proof yet, however I know she is hiding something from us.
Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Shih-na herself?
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe.
Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on Damask 2's notes.
Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away.
Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
Right now, sir?
No, next decade, of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we?
Go on, Gummy. You can do it. Alright. I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective.
Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. That's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too. There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea.
It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room.
How did that happen though? I don't get that.
Furthermore,
I mean, you think the floor would have still been unmoved by it, but I guess not. I don't know.
Furthermore, the Babbly's ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Detective, I'd like you to go through this there under the same conditions as the killer.
But there's all that ash and stuff.
And your point is? Now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through.
Yes, sir. Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right?
No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Such as the Yatagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the 2 weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies.
Mr. Edgeworth.
A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted.
What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it was easy if you follow the leads.
Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay?
If it's an info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions.
Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that?
Let's not overcomplicate matters, Mr. Edgeworth. We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Kay.
But that's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know.
That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake.
Yeah. Okay, I don't get it. Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again. Yeah! Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir.
Yes, I can see that. Good work, Detective.
Looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all.
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. It looks the same to me, Edgeworth. I see that the hem has practically turned black. It looks exactly the same to me, Edgeworth.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburned ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, Detective. Thank you, Detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat.
What? Oh, no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but you know.
I see. Very well then, as you wish.
So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? So did Gumshoe basically just say that he is wearing a coat he doesn't care about for a long time now? Why? Why, Gumshoe? Why would you do that? I don't get it.
Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact.
And that is?
I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Coachen's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis along with Agent Lang and Agent Shih-na.
To be continued. Oh, are we gonna accuse Agent Shih-na right on the spot? I wonder. Save clear day, stage it up to this point. No, I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? Please, give me a break. I don't want to do things. I just want to get to the bottom of things here. Let me figure out the crime at once. March 14th, 11:33 p.m., Theatrum Neutralis lobby. But honestly, I feel like I figured this thing out from the very beginning, so... Well, I'm just waiting to see if my theory is right. That's basically it.
Agent Lang.
Lang Z says, little cubs never do. Never do. They know the real fury of the elder wolves.
These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean?
It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Those are such weird sunglasses. Mr. Prosecutor, that counterfeit bills made with Babyliss ink. They were all of Zhang Fa denominations.
Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma.
But we don't know where the pay money has gone.
They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet.
Ever since those things showed up in the circulation, a country's economy has taken a big hit. Zhang Fa is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked my honor off the House of Lang on this. And I've come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhang Fa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer.
Agent Lang,
Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight.
Oh, no! It is I who should apologize! It was all because I was not strong enough! If only I was able to think of a better solution! Kirkus! You fool! Curse your empty brain!
Heh, you're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Shih-na, let's go. Time to return to our debt.
Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well.
Agent Lang, something! Hold it! Or no, it was Gumshoe.
You, Wolfman, and the secretary lady, hold it! Objection! Pal!
Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already?
Yup, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Coachen, sir.
This is I thought. Good work, Detective.
The Master Crew's notes data job updated in my organizer. Oh, jeez, oh no.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for?
Well, let's take a look at this thing first before we gets going. Maybe there's two.
What about the second thing, though? This is just the first thing. I want to know about the second thing. What was he writing in the second thing? I want to know, man. I want to know. I guess we'll never know what he wrote in the second thing. I mean, it could have been important, but no.
Hey, Mr. Hold us up for.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shih-na, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind.
Yes?
How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Coachen was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us.
What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see?
Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babel investigation at all, so I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first.
Miles Edgeworth! I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours.
I'm gonna point in my head because I feel like it. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth.
Oh? It sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end.
She's seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day?
You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you?
I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see.
Oh no! They took their sunglasses off!
Ha! I should have known. That you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end.
It would appear that way.
Well, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony.
You mean the suspicious person in the coat that she saw?
That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be Yatagarasu.
Pretended? And what do you mean by that?
I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what this person Kay saw did. Kay, if you could please explain what the person you were chasing did for us.
Okay, you got it. I first spotted a suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Babel East side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
For the sake of argument, let's call the suspicious person Yatagarasu. Now please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up on the 3rd floor.
Can do. Oh, there they are. That's the why. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babelese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Coachen's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah! Who's that? By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu disappeared.
When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang?
What do you mean? Why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious?
No, Lang, the difference isn't so obvious.
The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness.
Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape the door.
Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty?
That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person.
Well, if the Yatagarasu had left right through that door, they would have run into this person. Well, they would have ran into Kay?
Excuse me. Oh, God, man.
Well, I mean, I can't present myself, that's for sure. So let's see. Let's look at all the evidence here. We got none of those people, I am assuming. Coachen's dead. Polano, maybe. Francisca, no. So I would honestly say Shih-na or K. I'm gonna go with K. Oh man,
This is the person the suspicious person would run into.
Huh. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, are you sure you're not losing it?
I haven't lost anything, and certainly not my mind.
Maybe not, but you definitely have the wrong person. Or maybe you're just terrible with not only logic, but names as well.
I know I was mistaken, but you didn't have to insult me. Think, Miles. Recall the circumstances around K's near arrest. There was someone right next to Mr. Coachen's office investigating at the time. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person.
Shih-na.
Your answer is Shih-na?
Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door.
Was I just not following this? I thought we were talking about the regular door, not the chimney door, the fireplace door. Like, if that's what we were talking about, then I probably would have said Shih-na, but I thought we were talking about the door. So that's why I was like, oh, it just would have ran right into K, obviously. So yeah, I don't get it.
When K screamed upon discovering Mr. Coachen's body, Yatagarasu would have run into Agent Shih-na, who was in the next room over.
Arg!
Agent Shih-na, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question?
No, I didn't see anyone.
You see, therefore the Yatagarasu could not have escaped through the door.
It just means that the creep slipped out before Shih-na made it out into the hallway.
I doubt that there was another person in that hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time?
Me, sir? Well, when I heard K scream, I ran towards Mr. Coachen's office from the opposite direction of Agent Shih-na.
So Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened.
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken. ...
I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out.
Precisely.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right?
No, not quite yet.
Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the Babylese side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end.
So yeah, just speak it out loud, just so they can hear it to you, for everyone to hear anyway.
What's with all that whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics?
Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off.
That smug, haughty-ah attitude of yours, you really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape?
I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo.
Well, he was pretty much right there, so why wouldn't he have been?
I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible.
Now I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly.
Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense.
His English is coming out, my goodness.
Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route.
What's the matter, Lang?
I suppose
not. All right then. Explain yourself.
The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kei was chasing after.
You can say whatever you'd like, in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really want to understand. The language of evidence.
Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this photo.
Wait a second now. What's the proof that they're not the same photo? Whoa, now I'm so just... Well, anyway, there are signs of the revolving fire... Am I presenting this now? I present to you proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this photo. A good length of wire that was wound up in the Babelese. I do wonder indeed. 2 fires broke out in Babel today. Touch the check button for details. Oh, photo taken after the first fire on the 4th. After the first fire. I see. Okay, gotcha. Simple. Very simple indeed.
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow...
That's the funny thing. If you did present that fireplace thing, it'd be like, well, you just let the truth get away. So what are you doing, Edgeworth? Now suddenly that's not going to be your trump card for later, is it now?
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kei saw. Kei spotted the Yatagarasu headed for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire.
Yeah, way to go. That's twice you bit him in the butt now.
We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is. And how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you?
Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet.
Ha! As I thought.
However, the Yatagarasu's escape route? Now that I can answer.
You can. Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on. Enlighten me.
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babelese side of this case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Shih-na, explained in my stead?
Arg! Shih-na is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss?
Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him.
Shih-na.
You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth.
Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support.
Finally, it's down to just Agent Shih-na and myself. This is where the battle really begins.
Now then, what is it you'd like to ask?
Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babelese embassy?
Oh yeah, it's time for a testimony. Testimony is Shih-na's movements. During the first Babelese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babel. Oh, you don't say! While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Coachen's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good.
Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation?
No, I moved alone.
In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Corroborate
your alibi. Okay, not that accent now, jeez.
Is that correct? That is completely wrong. I didn't mean to speak like that. I am not Prosecutor Gavin, though he is in my thoughts for some reason. I don't know why. I really don't understand my thought process sometimes. Oh, jeez.
Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic.
And it wasn't when Agent Shih-na tried to arrest Kei under the same rationale? ... And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner?
Little is unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected.
I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation.
Then you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal.
I'm sorry. Shih-na, apologize.
I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you, not for 1 second.
And the same goes for me. I believe in Shih-na.
Then let's put that to the test and see if she is really worthy of your trust.
This promises to be interesting. Oh, indeed it does. Rebuttal Shih-na's movements. During the first Babyliss fire, I assisted in putting out the fire.
And on the next exciting episode, everyone, we're gonna do some testimony.
We're gonna do a lot of things, of course, because that's great and all that. Or is it? Maybe it isn't really worth it. I don't know. Middle part 3? I was expecting end! Alright, fine, whatever. I thought we were getting pretty close to the end, but I guess not. Anyway, though, whatever. On the next episode, everyone, middle part 3, well, continues!